Also, I heard Jack Venice could stop bullets with his teeth.
I heard that Jack Venice drank a whole entire bottle of tequila and then went and ran a marathon.
Jack Venice's tears cure blindness.
Jack Venice's farts, they smell like sweet cinnamon. Mmm. That's a good one. Boop. Da-da. You don't know Jack! You don't know Jack!
Alright, I'm Dante Criswell. As you know, with PBM News, we are here with the infamous Larry Russells, very, very famous director of adult films. And I just wanted to talk to you a bit, like, how did you get into this directing?
You know, I mean, it really, it just kind of started with I just started out, you know, like kind of like gripping on sets, and you know, I mean, from there, just kind of, I don't know, I just had a passion for really, you know, telling the true art form of it, because it is an art form, and I think a lot of people, they think it's a joke, or it's something that's really easy to do, and it's not. I was kind of brought up in the days, you know, kind of being around Peter North and Marilyn Chambers, you know, and just seeing a real strong work ethic and caliber of talent, and I just, I don't know, I just had a passion for kind of continuing to tell those stories, and making sure the dialogue and story is right, and just making sure to just capture the essence of the energies of the people, and really getting good just good shots, you know, at the end. So that's kind of how I got into it.
So you think that dialogue is crucial to the movies?
You know, I do. I'm one that I like to have the setup to be good. You know, if it's something as simple as you know, a young man coming over to deliver a pizza, you know, I try not to have the dialogue be too cliche. You know, I want to have kind of a make it seem like it's not. I like keep the spontaneity of the I guess the sexual expressiveness of it all, and really be able to capture that cinematically in a more slow kind of cinematic form, instead of kind of raw, high 8 kind of, you know, form. So.
Okay, now you know Jack Venice has been all over the news. What is your words on?
You know, I ran into Jack at one of the adult awards we had, which he had won, doing great work. And you know, he seems like such a nice guy, and I don't really know him that well, but I just know that I wanted to work with him, and I think it's unfortunate that, you know, a man can express himself and be able to do something that he's just naturally very good at, and be arrested for it. So you know, I lean more to the side of wanting him to be released rather than be in prison for it. I think it's a big mistake, and I think it's frankly, I just don't agree with it.
You've never worked with him before?
No, I haven't. I really would like to, though. I hope to, especially now. I think you know, he might have kind of more publicity from this in a weird way. That either way, I mean, regardless, his talent is extraordinary, and he definitely has he definitely has a talent for this business.
So. Have you ever done it before yourself?
Oh, like me?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, like a lot of directors usually start off as performers.
Yeah, no, I never really, I never really wanted to. I guess I'm kind of shy, to be honest. I really, when it comes to actually the act of it, I'm really, I'm kind of shy, so I don't, yeah, I just never really was able to do that.
Yeah, who's your favorite adult female?
I would really, oh God, I'd say it's a real tie between probably Persia DiCarlo and Jenna Hayes. I really like the way Persia has she has this kind of cute, kinky thing about her that she really plays up, and she's very good at it, very talented, and has great moves. And Jenna just, she's kind of to me, she's like the Mark McGuire of porn. She just hits a grand slam every time, and I've never really been let down by her. So I'd have to say it's a tie between them. I want to lean kind of towards Jenna, but Persia's she's pretty amazing, pretty extraordinary. So
You have won the most awards for films. How do you feel about the awards themselves or the ceremonies? Do you give credit to them, or do you think they're silly, or what?
I think thank you. I think that it's weird because I think if you stop to draw attention to it and take note of it, I don't know. I think maybe I would let it go to my head. But to me, at the end of the day, it was just about the work. That's all it's ever been about was just about the work and just trying to honestly portray a story vividly, cinematically, erotically, and not lose the feeling in essence to where when people watch it they can almost smell the sexuality, and I've just tried to do that, and I knew that even as when I was a grip on sets that I just wanted to that's how I wanted to direct films, and I never stopped. So I'm glad that people enjoy them, and I'm glad that I'm working. So
Speaking of which, like on the news, it's been on the news too that they've made laws about how you have to wear condoms in certain parts of California.
hmm
How do you feel about that?
you know, um, I kind of, when I had started out, there was, you know, uh, it wasn't as much a concern as it is now with, the STDs and HIV and all the sexually transmitted diseases. But, yeah, I guess in a sense, I mean, you want to be careful. You want to play it safe. I'm a fan of not using them and having my actors get tested, which our tests are very accurate and immediate. And I think, I think it can kind of, I think you can lose the rawness of it, um, which would be unfortunate. But I guess, I mean, as a filmmaker, I'm going to have to creatively find a way to continue to do it in some capacity. I'm not a fan of it, but it's tough to say. I guess I would rather my actors be clean and do it safely than be infected with something.
So are you gonna fly the coop, or
Am I what?
you're not gonna leave California and film in
I mean,
Tokyo?
it's a possibility, but to be honest, I mean, I've got a family, and I really don't, I don't, I just don't like leaving home that much. Especially now, it's like I got a young one, and I like to stay close to home. So yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's kind of trying to stay as close to home as possible.
Cool. And what about you started your own clothing line, and that was it's taken off. What made you decide to have those funny ingenious shirts? And
Well, it's so interesting. I I just for some reason I think some of the things that we care the least about uh, sometimes get the most attention, and I just kind of had an idea of printing that image on the shirt, and just kind of like trying to, I guess it's like put it out in the Venice shops and like see where it kind of took off, and it just I started noticing, like, especially college kids starting to wear them, and from there I guess it just became some kind of fashion statement. I don't know, but it really yeah, I mean, it really took off.
Cool.
So it's taking off. So that was kind of comical to me. I mean, I will admit, I didn't. Yeah, didn't know it would take off that well. So
Cool. And this is kind of a serious question. How do you feel about the actresses? Because they usually come from messed up childhoods or broken homes. Like, do you think you're um, like aiding into the hurting of their brains or their their overall well-being by filming them?
that's yeah, that's a tough question. I really don't. And the reason I say that is because I think that every human being has a choice, and I think at that level, if they find some sort of esteem or gratification with themselves, and it makes them happy, then who am I to say not to do it? Um, Clearly, they bring something to the table that is above par and um, uh, amazing, and I don't know. That's never really. I have had a few actresses want to be sexual with me, and during filming, and it's always been very awkward for me, um, in the sense that I've always been the one that's felt like I've got too many issues for them in a weird way, and I don't know. I just that's a tough question. I guess I don't really I don't try to pay that much attention to that, but excuse me. At the end, I think it's just on their work. If I get what I need from them as a director, um, I think that I try not to pay attention to the petty things, So
Okay. And I was gonna ask. My other question was, have you ever hooked up with like one of your performers on set?
um, I did one time, and it was just it didn't go too well.
It didn't
So
go too well.
no, no.
Why?
Well, for that same reason, I think the actress saw me as a some kind of person that reminded them of their father or something, and I got the lines blurred that maybe she was really into me, and it just it didn't go too well, and she ended up kind of making the production very, very, very difficult. So I learned a valuable lesson. This was my third film at this time, and I had learned to not cross that path with my actresses. So I just kept it professional from there on out.
And the actress's name? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if you did your diligence and homework, you would. I think you'd be able to figure out who that is.
Uh,
So,
cool. Well, any advice to those hopeful porn directors out there who love to be in your shoes?
I would say just literally grab a camera and start filming. Put postings out. I mean, just start trying to find people to start filming. I would be careful and make sure you have some form of a contractual agreement that's fair to everyone, and just make sure you don't sign when Mercury's in a retrograde. That's that was an important lesson I learned before I met my astrologer. So no contracts in the retrograde. No, but just to make it very simple, I think just just grab a camera and start shooting and find people you kind of trust, and start really thinking about not just people having sex, but think about certain angles that you yourself would want to watch or your audience would want to see. And get creative with those shots. I mean, on top of a fan, I mean, try to really get just different angles, different shots, as well as the penetration shots. So yeah, just start doing it. I definitely think work begets work. So especially in this town and in this industry, and just start taking as much work as you can. That's my advice.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Russell. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, anytime,
Yeah,
anytime.
Thank you.